I can't believe I did that shit. I was really afraid of, you're gonna fall over, you're gonna fall over. And it's like, well, fuck it, fall over. Holy shit, there it goes.
There it is. I don't know if you know how good you are at this.
No! He's out of his mind. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do that.
100 pounds.
Thanks, bro.
Today, we're gonna go ahead and teach a beginner how to snatch. Sterling, have you ever done the snatch before?
Yes and no.
A little bit?
Yeah,
a little
training, but not like this.
Okay,
so
cool.
no.
Do you know what your best snatch is?
I do not.
No? Okay, perfect. That's great. That's a good. That's a good point.
Okay,
yeah,
that's good.
It's a good starting point. So, what we're going to do today, I'm going to run you through a beginner progression for the snatch.
Yes, sir.
It's going to double also as a warm up. Okay. So, especially this first part. So, I'm going to have you go ahead and just get the barbell. We're going to put it up on the back.
Yep.
I'm going to have you practice a couple back squats. I'm going to see if
sir.
there's anything there that we can fix. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Yeah. Back rack position looks solid. Here we go. All right. So getting deep into that squat, does it hurt at all to get into the bottom position?
Doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt.
But
okay.
I don't know where my bottom is. Probably as far as I can go.
Okay. Yeah.
Without topping over.
Sure. Is there any pulling around the knees or the hips that just kind of feel like you can't get any further?
No.
Or is it just balance?
No. Just balance.
Okay. Perfect. So what I'm going to have you do, let's go ahead and go for 5 reps.
All right.
I want you to, when you get to that bottom position where you just feel like you can't go any longer, hold 3 seconds.
Yep.
And then inch a little bit lower.
Yes, sir.
And hold that for 3 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go for it.
All right.
A little bit lower. 3, 2, 1. A little bit low. Oh, that was our first pause. Yeah. And down again. 3, 2, 1, and up. There we go. Let's go 4 more of those. All right.
Yes, sir.
So first pause, and right there. 3, 2, 1. Second pause. 3, 2, 1. That is already looking a lot better.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 Let's go for another one.
Yes, sir.
A little bit lower. Yeah, right there. 3, 2, 1, and lower. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There you go. Nice. We got 2 more. Yeah. So that's called the double pause squat. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. That's it. I think that was 5.
Wow.
I think that was. Yeah, let's go and rest. This double pause squat is one of my favorite variations for mobility. So if you feel like you don't have the range of motion, or that if you do go into it, you're going to fall over, a lot of the time you just need more comfort in that bottom position. You need to get down there and you need to kind of tell your hips like, yeah, this is okay.
What was funny was when I did it the first time, I thought, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I did it. I did it, and
then
it felt okay.
Yeah, and then the next couple reps, and suddenly, like, I mean, the difference between your first pause and second pause on the first rep versus the last rep, you were already pausing lower than your first rep was.
Okay. I think the other thing for me is not really knowing what my squat,
Where your squat stance is. Okay,
or
yeah.
what it should be.
Sure.
Because I see other people and I go,
Yeah.
oh, I should be this.
Right.
Or I should be this wide.
Yeah.
Or I
Yeah.
should be that wide.
Well, that's the tough part. So
Okay.
everybody's squat stance is going to be different.
Okay.
One thing that we do know is that most people should have a degree of turnout of the foot.
Okay.
Right? Then from there, finding the particular amount of distance apart,
Okay.
very individual.
Okay.
So comfortably, it's just whatever feels best.
Got it.
Honestly.
Got it.
I have a super narrow squat stance. I squat right here, but the reason that anybody could have a different squat stance is everybody's hip opens at different degrees, right? So it could be pointing this way, could be stopping here.
Understood.
Right? So it's just about finding where you have the most range of motion comfortably.
Understood.
Yeah.
Got it.
And actually looking at your squat stance, didn't see anything that you need to change there. So
Okay.
the wider, slightly toe out, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, you ready for the next progression?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna go and get that barbell up on your back again.
Yep.
I'm gonna make sure that your snatch grip looks good, and we're gonna go for a strict press from
Okay.
behind the neck.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and take your hands out. Let's go, I think we're gonna go ahead and need to go collar to collar. So let's go pinky on that outside ring. Yep. And I'm gonna have you tuck your elbows down and press the bar straight up overhead. That's it. Yeah, let's go for 5 of those. Now we're gonna try and make sure we don't go too far back behind the head. It should stay over the base of our spine. Good. We're going for 5 of those. How's that grip feel?
Different.
Different?
I've never gripped a bar this wide before.
Okay, all right.
So,
yeah. Let's bring it in slightly.
about there.
Let's say like if you look over here, you see 2 rings on the barbell.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go outside that first one,
Yep.
but not quite pinkies on the collar.
Okay.
Let's try that out. Does that feel a little bit stronger?
It does.
Yeah?
I've got more control.
Okay. Let's go slightly wider than that. Let's see how that feels. A little bit less strong?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the issue with snatch grip in particular is we have a balance between strength or stability and mobility.
Okay.
So when we go and try the next step, which is overhead squat, we're gonna see where that bar goes.
Got you.
Yeah. I'm gonna try a couple different grips out for these overhead squats and get that position feeling really good before we start snatching. But the next thing is the overhead squat. Have you done any of these before? Very little, if any? Okay. So the main goal is to not let the bar drift forward as we get towards the bottom or back. Right? Now, if it always drifts forward, that tells me it's a mobility restriction.
Got it.
And we can just go wider.
Got it.
Right? We can always go wider with our grip to compensate for lack of mobility.
Okay.
And if we have excessive mobility where the bar is like going back all the time and it just feels like you don't have any control, like you felt when you brought your grip in a little narrower, it felt stronger. Yeah. That'll make it more stable.
Understood.
Now, your snatch grip may change over time because of improvements in mobility or stability. Right. Okay. Right? It's not uncommon. Like I coach a lot of high school lifters who start at 13 or 14, and then by 17, 18, their arms are longer, but they've also got more muscle on them. Their mobility's good, and their grip may go out wider or narrower over time. So there's it's not a permanent thing that we're doing. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and go. Let's go with that in-between grip that we did at the final for the final presses.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Just outside the lines.
Just outside the lines. Yeah. A little bit wider than that. Yeah, like that. Yeah, there we go.
There?
Good. Yes.
Got it.
All right, now from there, I'm gonna have you go ahead and press up. Make sure your feet are in that squat stance that kind of feels good for you. Yeah. And we're gonna try some overhead squats. Ready? Let's go for 3.
Okay. Fucking hell.
Not that bad. No, you're good. You can yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Let's go for another one. There you go. Good. All right, pretend like you're not in as much pain.
Yep.
Yep. Good. And rest.
It's mostly confidence.
Yeah, it seems like it is mostly confidence. So I actually like that grip. I think that might be the sweet spot for right now.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is, just like we did the double pause back squats, we're gonna do double pause overhead squat.
Okay.
So 2 things that I want you to work on. Eyes, I want you to look straight forward.
Yep.
Okay, and that's head position and eye position.
Got it.
And then second is I want you to squat slow. Right? Most of the time, if we feel like we're falling over in the squat, it's because you're going too fast. Right? So we're gonna go slow on the way down for it. Hit that first pause, hold for 3 seconds. We'll go down a little bit lower, hit that for another 3 seconds.
Okay.
All right, good. Hold 3, 2, 1, a little lower. 3, 2, 1. Very nice, good. Hold 3, 2, 1, a little lower. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, good. How's that feel?
That felt good.
I mean, you were getting like just as deep as you were on the back squats.
Felt good, but I was going okay. And going forward and backward.
Yeah.
And I didn't move. That's good.
That was great. So if I was to have you do anything on a regular basis, I would say come in here, maybe stretch a little bit, get loose with the squat, and do one of 2 exercises. Either that double pause back squat or the double pause overhead squat. Okay. And the cool part about it is you are so much stronger than the mobility that you have, which means that this is going to be easy to recover from. And you can do it as often as you want.
Okay, knock on.
And you can do it as often as you want. Okay. And that's the coolest thing. It's going to help improve your mobility. It's going to show you where you're at for the day. It's going to warm you up, and it's easy to recover from. It's like like one of the best things you could do. You know.
Got it.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to try some snatches.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I don't necessarily want you to try and catch these at the lowest possible depth that you can get to, but I do want you to try and catch them lower than you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is a power position snatch. I'm going to go ahead and demo that for you. So with the grip that we have, we're going to stand up nice and tall with our feet narrower than our squat stance, but our toes still pointed out. Going to bend your knees so that our shoulders are directly in line with the bar. Right? Not behind the bar. And that's one thing that you might have learned is behind. I like a little bit more on top.
To have more control.
It's going to give you more leg drive, actually.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because when there's weight on there, I imagine it's going to be a different gravity situation.
Exactly.
Understood.
Exactly. Yeah.
Understood.
And a lot of the time, if you go from behind the bar like this, the tendency will be to hip thrust the bar away.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. First snatch of the day. Here we go. That's what the movement looks like. So again, dip, jump, catch. Now, I am not, even though I am going into a lower overhead squat,
yes,
I'm not catching it there.
Got
I'm
it.
actually catching it somewhere around here,
Right.
and smoothly riding down into that bottom position.
Right.
So we're gonna go ahead and give that a try.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think mine's going to look as pretty as yours, but we'll see.
It's okay. I mean, listen, I've done a few of them.
All right.
All right. Let's go grab that snatch grip. Let's go a little bit wider here.
A little wider here.
Yeah, I think I want to see like 2 fingers distance between that outside ring.
There and there.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and stand up nice and tall.
Yep.
Bring your feet in just a little bit.
Yep.
Toes out a little bit.
Yep.
And then I want you to go ahead and just bend your knees like an Oompa Loompa. Yeah. Come back up. If you can, try not to bend the elbows as you bend your knees.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it again.
Yep.
Good. Look straight forward.
Yep.
Let's lean your torso forward slightly. But keep these shoulders long and arms long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoulders long.
Yep.
Arms long. Little forward.
Slight. Yep.
Yep.
All right, let's come up just a little higher.
Yep.
I think that might be your power. A little bit lower. There we go. That's
All
it
right.
right there. All right. Ready? We are going to jump and catch.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. All right. Okay. I mean, that was it.
No way.
Yeah, we can end the video there. That was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think we'll need to do a few more of those.
We'll get a couple more in for
Okay.
sure. So the thing that we struggled with the most there was finding the same power position,
Yep.
which is that bent knee.
Yep.
The key is bending the knees enough so that the arms stay straight. But if we go too long, then it becomes this position right
So
here.
if I understand it right, it's to give you that's
it. You just did it.
this is to give you the power.
That's where
to get
all
up.
your power comes
Got
from.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You, a lot of people, you can rest.
All right.
I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna monologue here.
No.
A lot of people think that the power comes from hip drive, but it actually comes from leg drive.
Yes, sir.
Right? Hip drive, like a kettlebell swing,
Yep.
pushes the bar forward.
Got it.
Anytime that we have the bar move away from our center of mass,
Okay.
it becomes harder.
Okay.
It'd be like holding your groceries out here
Yeah.
instead of down by your sides.
Got it.
It's just easier,
Yeah.
right? So that is like the #1 goal of all weightlifting technique. Is how do we keep this bar as close to our midline as possible?
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you actually did a really good job of that on that first one. Usually what I have to correct is how far the bar gets away.
Right.
It was like you were just trading places with the bar. It was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that was first timer's luck.
Yeah, maybe.
But,
I don't know.
That was, yeah.
Let's,
it felt nice. I'm glad we did the squats
Yeah.
and the mobility stuff first.
Exactly.
Because I knew, I guess if it makes any sense, there's not a lot of weight here, but I think it sets you up for.
Exactly. And even that's a lesson I've had to relearn over and over again.
Okay.
Even just as little as like 2 weeks ago, I was like, you know what? If I warm up my overhead squat, my snatch feels better.
Right.
I don't know why that's so mind blowing.
It's funny. I've got long legs but a short torso.
Yes. There's a lot of discourse in weightlifting about like not having the right build for weightlifting, and I think it's all horse shit. There are people that are going to naturally be better at weightlifting, but they're going to have some disadvantages as well. If you're longer limbed and taller, you typically have more muscle.
Of course.
But if you're shorter, you can be more efficient with your technique.
Right.
So there's a give and a take on either end.
Understood.
Of things. You know, so
Understood.
Let's go ahead and hop back on that power position snatch.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna hit 2 more reps of this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go a little narrower with the feet. Toes out a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Dude, there you go. That's great. Eyes up, head up.
Yep.
And go. Good. Look at that overhead squat. Let's go for one more.
Okay.
Now this time I want to hear your feet hit the ground.
Yes, sir.
As you jump and land in your squat stance.
Okay.
Okay. A little bit more knee bend. Less lean forward.
Yep.
That's it. Go. Boom. Dude, let's go.
I can't believe I did that shit.
That's looking really solid.
I can't, yeah.
That's looking really
pretty
solid.
good.
Yeah.
I'm a little happy with that.
I'm
okay.
more than a little happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's go and rest. Yeah.
Okay.
That's step one.
I'm happy, I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. we got 2 more progressions that we're gonna do.
Okay.
And then we can start maybe potentially loading it up as long as it continues to look good.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
So I'm actually gonna have us put some 5-pound plates on.
Yes, sir.
That are full size so that we
Okay.
can practice our start position.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. It felt good.
Yeah, yeah.
It felt good.
It looked good.
I'm super happy with
Yeah.
it.
I'm really happy with it too.
No, I was scared because I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this and then I look like a dick. So I'm actually,
And you know,
I'm pleasantly surprised.
that's why I like this progression, because it breaks it down into just the smallest possible chunk. Then we can perfect that, and it's just a stepping stone into the next one.
But I've always wanted to learn how to do this and do it the right way.
Yeah.
So it makes me happy.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is, the other part that I was really afraid of, again, because my legs are so long, is actually getting down.
Yeah.
Like getting down there. So I thought, okay, you're going to fall. I get that, you're going to fall over, you're going to fall over. And it's like, well, fuck it, fall over.
Yeah.
You know,
that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I have people that, like, if they're worried about falling over, I'll just have them fall over a couple times.
You know what that feels like, and you don't do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, not just that, but you also know it's not that bad.
Of course.
You know, it's kind of like when you're working with kids, like a little toddler or baby like falls over. If you get it like too like worried about it, they start crying. They think it's a big deal. But if you're just like, you're
let them fall and get back up. It's okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Same idea. So just it make it not seem so daunting if it happens.
Understood.
You know.
Understood.
So this next progression is all about learning our positions. Now, one of the most important things about positions in weightlifting is that they allow us to create speed.
Okay.
A lot of the time, people make mistakes in thinking that because the snatch is a fast lift, that they need to go fast.
Right.
But you can only go fast if you have good positions.
Understood.
Right? That's what allows you. That's what creates that speed.
Understood.
So the key positions we're going to work on are the start position and the knee position.
Okay.
And then we've already practiced the power position, the most important thing. So we got that down. We're going to add some complexity to it. We're going to start pulling from the floor.
Okay.
So I'm going to demo what the movement looks like.
Yes, sir.
That's the double pause snatch.
Yep.
So 2 things. We know what our start position is going to be with our feet because we've practiced it with our power.
Yep.
More than likely, it's still going to stay the same thing.
Yep.
That we may have to mess around with foot angle.
Yep.
Okay. Start position wise, generally we want to see shoulders in front of the bar.
Yes, sir.
But armpits almost in line with the bar.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Knees in front of the bar, and midfoot balance. And if the only thing that you take away is midfoot balance, that's the thing I want you to take away.
Okay.
All right. Midfoot balance should actually be something that stays consistent from the ground to the knee position, to the power position, to the catch.
To give you the foundation to keep the load of the weight even.
Exactly, right? Remember we were talking about the bar, right? Not getting away from us?
Yes.
If the bar gets away from us, we're going to be on our toes.
Understood.
If the bar goes too far back, we're going to be on our heels.
Understood.
So instead of focusing on sometimes where the bar is, we could just focus on where we're at and solve a lot of those issues on its own.
Understood.
Yeah. So that's the start position.
Okay.
Now if you notice, I am cranking pretty hard to make sure that my lower back is engaged and my upper back is engaged.
Yep.
But I'm not squeezing my shoulders back like this.
Yep.
Long arms is the goal.
Yep.
From here,
Yep.
knee position.
Yep.
At the knee position, we're going to be 1 inch above the kneecaps.
Yep.
With our shins vertical or almost perfectly vertical. And then we move to power position and we go.
Yes, sir.
All right?
All right.
So let's go ahead. All we're going to do on this next part is find the start position.
Okay.
What I want you to do to approach the bar is walk up to it, and as you look down, the bar should cover the bottom of your shoelaces.
There. About right there.
Yeah, these ones, the bottom right
Got
there.
it. Yep.
Turn your toes out a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and just simply squat down to the bar. Let's see if we can drop your hips any lower. Let's see if we can drop them even lower than that. Keep going, keep going. Now bring this bar back into you.
Holy shit. There it goes.
There it is. Okay. Interesting. So let's take another one.
Yep.
Dropping your hips doesn't mean sitting back on your heels.
Okay.
So you can let yourself be a little bit more on the forefoot.
Got it.
Let's try that out.
All right. So about there.
Well, that's it right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if you can bring that bar any closer to your shins. Not quite touching though. Yeah. Dude, let's go. That's great. All right, rest. Yeah.
That felt better.
That felt better?
Yeah,
good.
much better.
It was you're kind of on the heels a lot in that last one.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do start position to the knee position.
Yes, sir.
Now the main problem with this is that we have to get our knees out of the way of the bar. But we can't go too far back where we lose our midfoot.
And you're on your heels.
Exactly,
Yep.
yeah. And we can't go forward around because then bar's moving forward. All right, so it's probably the sneaky, trickiest part of the lift.
To keep the bar at the center of gravity.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, you want to try it?
Yes, sir.
Let's go a little lower with the hips. That's good. Bring that bar in close. Good. Above the knee. Hold that position. Now let's go forward a little bit more and rock your balance forward slightly.
Here.
Well, that right there. Good. That is it. Go ahead and go back down. Good. And back up. That's the movement, right?
Okay.
Go and rest.
All right. Very different.
Yeah,
but
very different.
That felt better than the first time.
Yeah.
So now I felt like where I should be. And yeah, and I let the bar kind of help me get my balance as I squatted lower.
Yeah.
So it felt better.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
Very good.
I think I got it.
Yeah, I think you did too.
Okay.
Yeah. That portion of the lift is called the first pull.
Okay.
But it sometimes helps to think about it more as a push.
Okay.
Right? We're actually pushing with our legs, kind of like a squat, because we're essentially in a squat position, right? No different. We stand up like we're in a squat. And that's what the movement is. You know?
Okay.
So it helps to think of it like that.
Okay.
What we're going to do, let's go ahead and do one more round of just practicing that first pull or the first push.
Okay.
Okay. That's it. And above the knee. Good. Not too far back on the heels there.
Here.
Lean over, actually.
There.
Shift your balance forward, too.
Yep.
Let's go even a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm going to move you slightly, okay?
All right.
I want whole body to
There.
be forward more.
Here.
That's balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, I want you to move to your power position. Boom. Legs are bent.
Yep.
Midfoot balance.
Yep.
We're golden. If you want to go for it, you can. Let's go. I'm so hyped right now. That was great. That was amazing. Especially having made you hold those positions a long time and correcting them. I'm surprised that you actually had any.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Let's go. Let me go. Let me at him.
That felt good.
That was really solid. All right, so I'm gonna have you run through, and hopefully I don't have to correct any positions. But what seems to be the case is as we get to the knee position, being a little too far back.
Yep.
And then misconstruing knee position with balance.
Okay.
Right. So when you're at that position, I don't want you to bend your knees to get balanced. I want you to feel the difference between forward and backward.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. All right.
It does.
So let's go ahead and go for this next one. Start
Yes, sir.
position, knee position.
Yep.
And then we'll go power position and go. Good. Above the knee. That's it. Power position. Go. Love it. Wow. Dude. I don't know if you know how good you are at this. I have had so many people never even make it to the second
But the funny
progression.
bit is, when we started the squats,
Yeah.
I thought he's out of his mind. There's no way I'm going to be able to do that. But it feels more comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's easier to take the load of the weight, because once you've gotten it there,
Yeah.
where do we go?
Yeah.
Just take it down.
Just right down into the squat. Yeah, that's it. A big problem people have with the snatch, especially when they're learning, is they tend to over focus on pulling the bar really high. That's why I like to focus more on the squat first and get that feeling comfortable, so that you're never pulling, you're actually just moving down.
The other thing that helped me as well is maybe a little Jedi mind trick of my own, is you said to focus. So I found a focus.
Yeah.
Because before I was like, oh, can I do this? focus.
Right.
So once I found a place to focus, it's like, just get it there.
Yeah. There's a lot more calmness and like one focal point than people think. The lift looks aggressive, but then people tend to be jittery almost, you know?
Of course.
And because of that, they aren't hitting their positions, and then because of that, they're not hitting their speed that they need.
Yeah, you lost the plot after
Exactly.
that. Okay.
Exactly.
Understood.
Yeah. So this next progression is kind of the last one. This is the tempo snatch.
Okay.
Instead of pausing at our positions like we practiced at the knee and the power and the double pause snatch, in this one we're going to practice moving through them slowly.
Okay.
So even though the snatch is a fast lift, we're going to take 4 seconds to go from the ground to the power position before we go.
Okay.
Looks like this.
Do that again.
Yeah.
It was like you were doing it in slow motion and then someone pressed play.
All right. And 4, 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
Exactly what it should feel like is like you're being in slow motion and then somebody just goes. That's it. All right. And 4, 3, 2, go. Very nice. Solid. Is there anything that you think that you could correct on that?
I should have been a little more forward. I feel like I should have been a little more forward.
At the knee position?
Yes.
Okay.
And I felt just before I snatched, I went too far and then I had to get back on my heels. But when I found my feet, I didn't worry about it.
Yeah.
So I thought once I snatched, I thought you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just go.
And that's the cool part about like having a good amount of strength is that even if it's a little bit off, you can still make the lift.
Right.
And there's never going to be a perfect lift. There's no such thing as one. It's just how close can we get. It's kind of like an asymptote, if you remember those.
Right.
We can always get closer, but we can't touch, you know? For this, you caught the right thing, right? You weren't forward enough. But what that actually meant is that you kind of went around the knee, and so your chest stayed in the same position, but the knees didn't move back far enough.
Got it.
So on this next one, I want you to clear the road for the bar by pushing those knees back a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. And 4, 3, 2, go. Very nice. Very nice. All right. That correction led to a new error, which is that you moved your knees out of the way, but our arms are a little too loose and the bar is too far away.
Got it.
Right? So if we move our legs back, we have to actively keep the bar against even still.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll take another one.
Yes, sir.
Same thing. Every solution creates a new problem, you know?
Yes, sir.
And 4, 3, 2, go. Okay. We had some power to it, right?
Yeah. Too much.
A little bit too much.
Yep.
But I think it was actually a little bit too much hip drive and not actually enough leg drive.
Yes.
The thing that I noticed there, you did a much better job of keeping it close and you got your knees out of the way.
Yep.
But we almost got to the power position without any knee bend. But if you remember, that's where we get all of our power from, right? So once you cross the knees, we got to get the knees under the bar a little bit so we have enough leg drive.
Got it.
All right?
Got it.
You good? You want to go for another one?
Yes, please.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Good. And 4, 3, 2, go.
That felt good.
It was better.
That
was
felt
better.
good.
I think we could have had a little
better
bit
than
more.
the last one.
Yeah.
But not enough leg though, I don't think.
Not enough knee bend under.
Okay.
Yeah. You and that's interesting because you didn't do that when we were doing the double pause.
Yep.
So I think that you might be, as you're passing the knee, you might be like really getting ready to go. Maybe a little too soon, right? So let's take it even slower mentally. And then once you get there, it's still the same weight. You're still going to be able to have the power.
Yes, sir.
You know?
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Slower.
Let's take a second. Let's take a second.
I'm liking this.
Yeah?
I'm
This is
really
weightlifting.
liking this.
This is weightlifting.
I'm really liking this.
This is
okay.
And if you're not familiar with the sport of weightlifting, we compete in 2 lifts.
Okay.
The snatch, that's the one we're doing, and then the clean and jerk. And that's it.
Okay.
And so all we do is just the snatch and the clean and jerk every day. Every day. Yeah, and maybe we'll squat every now and then.
Jesus.
Yeah. But you can kind of see as we're going through it just how many little things there are to make corrections to.
Oh, totally.
And that's why I think it's such an addicting sport, because you can have one lift and you're just like, man, that was effortless. That felt easy.
And you come back tomorrow and
you put
pants.
2.5 pounds on and you can't do it at all.
Okay.
And that's what's that was what was addicting about it for me, because it was like, I have to hack this. I have to figure this out. I was still working on it, I think.
I saw you over there yesterday. You were killing it.
I was feeling pretty good yesterday. That was uncharacteristic. Yeah.
Bruh, listen, you were lifting a car. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, let's give this a whirl.
Let's give it another go.
All right.
I want you to think about, after you pass the knee, it's loading the legs up so that you have just incredible amounts of power. Okay. Like you're going to do a box jump almost.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Let's go for it.
All right.
Good. And 4, 3, 2, go. That's it. Wonderful. Man. That's really good.
It felt better.
It felt better?
Yeah, it felt much better.
Wonderful. What felt better about it?
Being able to carry this weight once it's there, and then just going into the squat.
Yeah.
And I just felt my body give. And then I'm like, yes, I got it, I got it. Yeah. Once I'm there, I feel really good.
And what's cool about the snatch is that if the overhead squat doesn't feel good, a lot of the time, it's a pull issue.
Yeah.
Right? So if you bump the bar out away from you, suddenly the catch feels harder. That's because the bar is out here.
Because you don't know where it is.
Exactly, yeah.
Got it.
Where the closer you can keep it to that midline throughout the whole movement and just trade places with the bar, it just feels effortless.
Got it.
You know?
Got
it. I think we're ready to put some weight on.
Yeah, go on then. Let's see what we can do.
Let's do it. Nothing changes.
Yeah.
Same idea. It's still 5 pounds. And 4, 3, 2, go. Love it. Let's go. We might be going a little wider.
I felt it.
Yeah. Did you feel that?
I felt it.
That's okay.
Yeah, because my feet pronated when I was in the stance.
A little bit.
And I went, yeah.
Usually that'll happen if you're really launching the bar.
Yep.
Let's just think about move under.
Yep.
Okay. Straight up, straight down.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go for another one. And 4, 3, 2, go. That's it. Nice work. That was really solid.
Yeah.
How did it feel?
Better. Much better. Yeah.
Love it.
Felt I had the placement and then the squat.
Yeah.
Just good.
Yeah. It's not uncommon for people who over pull to also end up wider.
Got it.
Right? As opposed to, if you get enough drive, you can actually just move down really quickly and correct that issue. You know? So anytime that you're going too wide, usually that just means that you need to focus on going lower.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's put some more weight on.
Yes, please.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm glad I said yes to this. I'm pleased. I'm really learning something.
Yeah.
Like I'm really learning something. This is cool.
I'm
this
glad.
This is really cool.
I'm glad.
It's killing me, but I'm learning. So this is good.
Yeah. Might be a little sore tomorrow.
Oh, totally.
Traps. That's what'll be sore.
Yeah. Totally.
All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Same thing.
Okay.
And 4, 3, 2, go. Dude, let's go.
So this time, the weight felt much different. It was like focus, 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 focus.
Yeah. That's it. But you know, you handled it really well. It feels different and it feels like you should change it.
But I won't lie, the moment I snatched it, I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
Wait. Yeah. You're like, wait, I'm here.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
You want to take another one?
Yes, please.
All right, let's go for it. And 4, 3, 2. That's it. Very nice. Now I'm starting to see the bar wobble a little bit overhead, but characteristically, it's not going forward. And you kind of laughed at that earlier because that sounds like something that always happens to you. It's not doing that. It's almost going too far back.
Okay.
But we can solve that easily by just thinking about punch. Your goal with the upper body is to not let this bar take you anywhere.
Control it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. I'm going to have us bump up a little bit, but we're not going to go up much. We're going to go 2.5.
Sure. Good. And I think now it's in my mind, it's like, oh, it's heavier, it's heavier, it's heavier. But nothing really changes.
Right.
But I need to believe that nothing really changed.
Exactly. That's, I mean, you nailed it right on the head. Because proper technique, what we worked on in the progression, is what will allow you to lift the most weight.
Okay.
But as a beginner, you have a lot more raw strength and capacity without that technique.
Understood.
So right now, you might be able to get weight overhead with less than efficient technique, but as you become more advanced, good technique is the only thing that will let that weight go overhead.
Understood.
Unless you happen to squat like 700 pounds, and then you can get away with more things.
Understood.
You know?
Understood. Yeah, it'll be a while before I can do that, but yeah, understood.
It'll be a while before most people squat 700 pounds.
Okay. Right. We're here.
Yep.
Yep.
And 4, 3, 2, go. Let's go. I love it. I love it. All right, we're gonna put a little bit more weight on.
Okay.
Now, a little bit different on this next one. I'm not gonna count the 4 seconds, but it doesn't have to be 4 seconds. I want it to be controlled, but it doesn't necessarily need to be a 4.
Okay.
Maybe it's a 2 or a 3.
Okay.
You know? It's up to you, but I just want you focused on moving controlled. That's it.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Okay.
ready? Good. Go. That was a pretty solid snatch. Faster than what I'm intending for right now.
Okay.
And the only reason for that is because we went so fast, we lost that contact with the thumb.
Yeah, I panicked because I was like, oh, it's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy. Actually, it's okay.
I know it feels heavy. It's only 5 pounds heavier than what we just did.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
You got down there and you're like, oh, okay, I got this. Yeah. So now that we know that you can hold it over your head, feel confident, strong, take your time.
Okay.
Yeah. Specifically in that first pull.
Yes, sir.
Right? If we have control there, we can make sure that the bar is close enough to the thighs to actually use your legs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Controlled. Good. Go ahead.
I feel like it was too far away.
A little bit. A little bit. It was better than the one before.
Yeah.
But as we get here to that knee position, it's easy to panic and go really fast. But if you remember, like, we could still go slow and get into that power position and still make the lift happen. I guarantee you could do this with a 4-second count, right? So if you know that you can do it with a 4-second, don't rush it because you're worried about that, okay? Now, one thing to know about keeping the bar close, actually go ahead and stand up to it and just hang your hands by your side, okay? And I want you to push your hand back against mine. You feel this engage?
Yeah.
That's how we keep the bar close.
Okay.
Right? So when you get set up into that position, instead of like completely loose, feel that engagement a little bit and keep it past the knee. Controlled and close. Good. Oh. Now that one was
too
like
far
5
away.
times faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna have you go back. We're gonna do that 4-second count again.
Okay.
Okay. Just so you can see that it doesn't have to be too fast. I actually, when I teach people about this next step going from tempo snatch to snatch, I always tell them to add speed like you would add weight, very little at a time. And 4, 3, 2, go.
Whoa.
Yeah, you moved that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you didn't even have to squat really to get under it. That's not too bad, right?
Whew.
Yeah. Let's take a second.
Whoa.
We've done probably 50, 60 snatches so far.
Really?
I don't know.
Jesus.
I have no idea. I'm making that number up.
It feels like it.
It feels like it though. It feels like it.
Man, it feels good though.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I'm learning. So that's all I wanted.
Yeah.
So it makes me happy. After a round of CrossFit this morning and this.
Yeah. He's
tired.
I'm impressed that you're like, this is 95 pounds. That's no joke for like first time really snatching. Okay. No joke. It took me months. Like when
come on, man.
For emphasis, when I first started learning how to snatch, I could not overhead squat an empty barbell. I could not overhead squat a women's barbell. I couldn't overhead squat a 15-pound barbell.
But what changed?
practice.
Okay.
Just doing, honestly, being so mad that I couldn't do it, that I wouldn't let myself get away with not being able to do it. That was it. I would get down to the bottom and just, it would fall every single time. I couldn't hold it at the bottom of the squat. And I just had to do reps on reps on reps of it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely you've taught me this, but there's no way in hell, like when you said, hey, do you want to give this a go?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then before we started this, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't do this. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I've learned something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the Olympics, but hey,
listen,
I've learned.
me neither.
Yeah. Look, I've learned. So I'm super happy.
Yeah.
Super happy.
Yeah. I want to check one more.
Yes, please.
Maybe a couple.
Yes, please.
Because I have a little goal in my head.
Okay.
But I'll tell you once we get it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. And 4, close, 3, 2, go. Let's go. Very nice. All right.
That felt good.
Yeah.
It
That's
felt
it.
good.
I mean, it's moving, you know?
It felt good.
Maybe on this next one, I'll give you a 3 count.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay?
I still feel like I was a little forward still.
Yep.
What do I know?
You a little bit.
But it felt,
actually, a little benchmark so you know, we're usually like right up on the line.
Right.
And that one you kind of hop forward a little bit.
Okay.
A good rule of thumb is if you do hop forward, that means that the bar got away.
Okay.
Right? Usually that means that we need to finish our pull up and back a little more before we try and move under.
Okay.
That's it.
So know where the weight is.
Yeah, exactly. And 3, 2, go. That was amazing.
Okay.
And that was my goal.
Okay.
Triple digits.
Really?
Yeah, 100 pounds. Good. That's great.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.